What up? Like and subscribe. It's the Grandpa coming at you with another NBA video. Um, Appreciate all the interaction, and so let's go. So this video is going to be about David Robinson. Again, I've said a million times on a lot of videos. I started watching basketball like hard body in '87. Um, so that year is kind of like special to me as far as like when I first started watching because Jordan was on his upswing, trying to reach the title. Had Detroit in there. The Lakers was still relevant. The Celtics were still somewhat relevant. Uh, well, they were relevant because the year prior um, they lost to the Lakers. So they were still there, but that was the last of their championship run. So, but getting back to the point, David Robinson, he was drafted in the '87 draft by San Antonio. San Antonio had to wait a little bit because of his naval commitment. He came to the team, I think about '89. He finally got to the team in '89. 89 or 90, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can fact check me on that. So he goes to San Antonio. Um, they have a nice little squad because they put some pieces beside him. You had Willie Anderson that used to that was playing two guard spot when he first got there. Then you had let me see what they have. I know they got Terry Cummings in the trade. Trying to think, was that in the off season or was that during the season? I think that was in the off season. They got Terry Cummings, so Terry Cummings was on that team. They brought in Rod Strickland to play with David Robinson. Sean Elliott was on that team. That's another player. They had a nice little squad, and unfortunately they lost to Portland. The first playoff series that David Robinson, they lost to Portland. That's when Portland was the power. David Robinson goes through the seasons. He won a scoring title. That famous game that he played against, I forgot who he played, but him and Shaq was going back and forth for the scoring title, and I think San Antonio played the Clippers, and they let he scored more points than Shaq. He scored like 72 something to that point, something to that effect. Thing I remember about David Robinson, that famous dunk that Shaq had on him in the All-Star game. Nostalgia, if you want to go there. But David Robinson, for a while, was they were in contention. They were supposed to be in contention for the championship. They were supposed to, eventually take over the Lakers or whatever. But somehow, some way, that never happened. So David Robinson gets a back injury, and he's out for a while. Oh yeah, I think it was a back injury. Yeah, so he's out for a while. They fall in the standings. They get Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan. If you want to look back at it, I think he saved David Robinson's career. To be totally honest, he saved David Robinson's career. He had the low post game that David Robinson lacked, and I think he was a tougher rebounder. I know David Robinson averaged like somewhere close to 10 rebounds, if not 10 rebounds for his career. But I think David Robinson, Tim Duncan, when it got down to it, was a far better rebounder in traffic. David Robinson was a physical marvel before the injuries. He was yoked up. he was yoked up. But he was more of a finesse center than a pounded center. I mean, think back on the '95 playoffs when Olajuwon took him to the woodshed. I think about that all the time. I remember watching it. So, '99 strike shortened season. They finally win. Well, David Robinson finally wins his first championship. Then they went on a little run and won 5 championships. Tim Duncan won 5. I think David Robinson won 3 because I don't think he was there. I know he was there for the second one. I think that was it. Somebody can fact check me. The thing about David Robinson that I'm trying to bring up is that a lot of people talk about Scottie Pippen, Jordan, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron, and Curry, and Draymond Green. In that case, it's totally right. That's totally on point. But with David Robinson and Tim Duncan, I think Tim Duncan was the player that he needed to bolster him to win the championship. If it would have just been David Robinson, I'm not sure if the Spurs would have won as many championships as they won. So that's just my thoughts on David Robinson. You can tell me what you think. Like and subscribe. Peace out.